Andy Johnson, author of the book 10 Essential Instructional Elements for Students with Reading Difficulties. We are going to examine the 3 deficit areas in reading. If a student is struggling, he or she has deficits in one or more of these areas in a word identification skill. Now, word identification is more than simply sounding out words. You develop the strategy, you teach the strategy to develop the skill. You're using semantics, syntax, analogy, morphemic analysis. You must teach and develop all of these, as well as sight words and phonics. Fluency, the ability to process text. Now, we have many readers that can identify words and can comprehend, but they read very slowly and stilted. They need some fluency activity. In the same way, we have some readers who read very fluently, very fast, but comprehend nothing. So, depending on the deficit area, your intervention should focus on 1, 2, or all the 3 of these. Only focus on the deficit area in which students are having problems and comprehension, creating meaning with text. Now, this is the neurocognitive model. It views reading as a transactive process, and we'll take a look at what this means. All right. Now, this is the outdated bottom-up phonological view of reading. It says, well, text comes from the page into the thalamus. Yep. We read it letter by letter, word by word. We put the words together in our short-term memory. We use our phonological processing, and it goes up into our brain. That's the way we do it. That is outmoded. That is not supported by research in brain imaging, neuroscience, cognitive science, eye movement studies, miscue analysis studies, and the like. In the brain, more information flows from the cortex to the senses than from the senses to the cortex. Let me explain. We got all this information in our cortex. As we are reading and perceiving reality, more information is flowing from the top down than from the bottom up. So text is coming in from the page. The thalamus is the relay station. We're using phonics, syntax, grammar and word order, and semantics to make sense, to identify these words, and to create meaning with print. This is the neurocognitive model of reading and a transactive view. A transaction is where both parties give to the situation. So the thalamus, both parties are giving the cortex and the input data. 3 deficit areas: word identification, fluency, and comprehension.